Hello. It has been a long time. Actually, I did make a video and then I never uploaded it because it was stupid and it was way too long and rambly and useless. And it was kind of complainy because essentially, like, I had to haul this super heavy trailer full of, like, potatoes and random stuff to a Walmart distribution center. And then they didn't plan me for anything for like 2 days. So I was stuck at this crappy Flying J that had like no good food at it, and I had no points there for showers or anything, so I had to actually pay for one, and blah blah blah, on and on, complain. But now things got like infinitely better after that. I did get another really heavy thing. That was that one, and then actually since then I got another trailer that was heavier. I got one, it was Miller and Coors beer coming from Denver, and somebody left it at the terminal in Kansas, so I went and picked it up. And that was ridiculously heavy. It was 43,000 pounds, and I don't have the paper anymore. But essentially, there was about 200 pounds left on the drive axle, or on the... I always get that... I don't know why I mix up when I say it. I know what I mean. There's like 200 pounds left on the steer axle. So it was like 11,780, and then the drives and the tandems were both like 33,800. So there was only like 600 pounds total extra room essentially on that load. It was so heavy. And I'm just lucky I picked it up from the terminal and it had already been weighed and like had the tandems and everything messed around with, because I would not have wanted to try to mess with that. I would have been going on that scale, first way, second way, third way, fourth way, 180th way. Oh wait, you just used up your entire day and spent $300 on scale tickets. So I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that. But so there was that one, and there was something else from there. Was it then the Amazon? Because the last thing I did was an Amazon. That was kind of interesting, because they don't work the same way as everyone else. Like typically, if you have like a drop and hook type situation, you bring your empty and drop it off, and you pick up another trailer and you leave. With Amazon, they have it listed as like a drop and hook situation, but the way it actually works, at least at the one I went to in Lexington, Kentucky, you drive in with your empty, they have you drop it up against a fence, which is nice. You don't have to actually back it into a door or anything, probably to speed things up, because their switcher guys can move those things a lot quicker than I can. And then they have you go park, and the guard tells you, the switcher guy will come by, honk twice, and then show you where to go to get your new trailer. So I thought, okay, it's going to be, 5-10 minutes or something, because I had gotten there a little before my appointment, so I figured, okay, I'm early, so it makes sense that it wouldn't be ready yet. I sat there for an hour and 20 minutes almost, I think. And, yeah, the thing was loaded. I think the paperwork said, like, 5:05, and my appointment was at 4. It was like an hour and 5 minutes later. And the thing is then it's not just yours that's ready, it's everybody's. So by the time they were ready, there were 6 trucks waiting for their loads. And so the switcher guy comes by, honks and points at me, so I follow him. And then like 800 more switcher guys come flying out of nowhere with more trailers. So it's like this mad rush of everybody just flying over to their trailer and trying to get hooked up and everything, get out of there. And even though I was the first person that was supposed to get a trailer, mine was the first one that they put down, but I was like not the 8th, there were only 6 people. I was like the 5th one to leave, because it's kind of weird, and I don't know why. They actually put your like paperwork in an Amazon box in the back of the trailer. Like just sitting at the back, not like in with the stuff that you're carrying or anything, but they leave it open. So you have to obviously hook up to the trailer, go to the back, take that box out, close the doors, put your lock on there, put the seal on there. And that was the problem, is the way Swift trailers work, they have two L-shaped things, one on each of the doors, and they come together like this. So you have one piece here and one piece here, and the lock actually goes through like this. So there's essentially no way for someone to like cut through it. Like it would be, you couldn't use bolt cutters on it essentially. There's nowhere to bite into the U-shaped part of the lock if you use it right. And on that trailer it was all screwed up. I got my vice grips out and I crunched it on there as tight as I could, and I could not get that thing to lock. So I had to put it on the derpy way, where you just put it through the bottom holes and have it looped like this. There was no other way to do it. I tried for like 5 minutes, like pinching with the vice grips the top, the bottom, the side, anywhere that I could, and still allow the lock to maneuver around, and it wasn't possible. So yeah, I sat there I was like the fifth one out of there, but I still delivered it on time. They gave a decent window, because they said in the thing, if you're at the yard more than an hour and 29 minutes, you need to, send in a thing. And I was only there like an hour and 24 minutes or something, so it was close, but I didn't have to do anything about it. So then I got the Amazon one done, and I had this like close quarters maneuvering class that I had to do because of a backing incident that I had. Like the second week of me being solo, which is like the greatest thing ever to get an accident on your record that soon. I didn't like destroy anything, but I did a damage to someone else's truck, and it doesn't matter how much damage it is. Like you hit them. Even if it was only at 2 miles an hour and you made a crack this big in their hood, it doesn't matter. So I went to the terminal after that, and I talked to my driver manager. She's like, well, the guy is here, there's no class, right now, but maybe, and it turns out all it actually is he goes out in the truck with you, and you have to do like a 45 degree back, a 90, do some like tight turns and some close turns, and they just have to make sure you're competent in close quarters. So the thing that actually caused me to have my accident wasn't actually covered in that thing, but I know what happened, and it's never going to happen again, so it's not a big deal. 8 minutes already. So that got done, and the reason that I had to go do that was because they had me dispatched on a load that picked up on Friday at noon in Flint, and the next class was offered at 1 on Friday at the terminal, so I wouldn't have been able to do that thing that I'm on right now. But I got that taken care of. I got to go home for the night and do laundry and stuff, which was good, because now my bed, the sleeping bag was always here, but it was an actual sleeping bag. This blanket was always here, but now I actually have sheets, because I had them in here, and I think I mentioned I didn't want to use them because you can see they're black, and I was afraid that without them being washed I would end up getting like coal miner arms. But, I've got a sheet and a fitted sheet, so now I've got like a civilized human bed, not a gumpus. And then I got the cooler. It's been in here for probably at least 2 weeks now. It's mostly actually, it's going to look horrible when you look in here because it looks like it's just full of pop. But there's lunch meat and vegetables and stuff down here. It's just there wasn't enough stuff, so I just took all the pop I had and put it in here. But there is a lot of other stuff. Like, see, underneath there's pickles and some jelly. So it's not just full of pop. This is not. I haven't even drank a can of that pop since I came back out like 3 days ago. So yeah, it's mostly like for my downtime days, like tomorrow, because I'm in Mississippi right now, which is wonderful because it's It's 74 degrees outside. 74 degrees. It's amazing. I am wearing shorts and a t-shirt right now, and I'm warm. I've got like every vent window open, and I'm still warm. So that's pretty great. I'm not gonna complain about that at all. But yeah, I got to go from Flint to Mississippi, which was terrifying because the thing that's in the trailer only weighs 1,400 pounds. And if you live anywhere in like southern Michigan or Illinois, like any part of Illinois, you know that on Friday the 19th there was insane wind. There was a couple places in Illinois where trucks actually got blown over. Like their trailers got blown over because the wind was so bad. And I was carrying 1,400 pounds in my trailer. So there were times where I was going down the road and I'd be almost up against the like right side of the lane, and the back corner of my trailer was almost up against the left side of my lane. Like it never got, if it would have got all the way over, I would have stopped because that would have just been like too much. Like it would have given me, nowhere to go to let, it would have been unsafe. But there were a couple gusts where I felt it, and everything was like rocking, and the wind, like it would come from over here and then somehow go back the other way. So I pretty much had to just be like holding onto the steering wheel, like, with the crab hands or something, to make sure that the truck wasn't gonna go flying all over the place. And if it would have got worse, I would have just stopped, because I'm 20 minutes from my drop, and this thing doesn't need to be delivered until Monday morning at 5. So I have all day tomorrow to just sit around and do nothing. So that's where this thing's going to come in handy. You can barely see it, but I have a TV in here now because, like I said, the new truck has a power inverter, which is down here in the dark. You can kind of see it. And I got an HDMI cable hooked up to my laptop so I can watch all the videos and movies and stuff that I downloaded that I don't need internet for. Since I already used up all my Wi-Fi hotspot data thing, which is really lame, but thanks Metro PCS. 8 gigabytes of wireless hotspot, even though you have unlimited data. Thanks. So this video is like 13 minutes long. I hate that. I should have just made a video like a week ago and then made one today, but I crammed like 17 videos into one because I'm a moron. So that's about it. I'm actually kind of cooking right now. I don't know. I might have to open like the windows or something. I don't know. Because I don't want to. I think above 70 degrees the truck will idle infinitely, so I can turn the AC on. But I really don't want to do that. I don't want to waste the fuel. It's just so like unnecessary. So that's it. I'm gonna upload this because I have 4G, and we'll see what happens next. The next thing I've got is something from here in Mississippi, an hour away from here in Mississippi, going back to Ohio. I have no idea what it is. I'm not gonna tell you anyway, so that none of you can like highwayman me on the way home or whatever. So that's all for today.